G'day and welcome to another one of Investor's Edge Landlord tips on how to ensure your property's leased quicker than any other one on the market. My name's Jarrad Mahon, I'm the director here at Investor's Edge. Thanks for joining us. So why is leasing a property quickly so important? Well, tenant vacancy is a property investor's number one killer of overall return. You can look at the numbers, and many people focus on what rental price you're achieving per week, but when you sit down and calculate it out, for a property that's worth $400 per week, or for potentially worth $400 per week, if you rented that property for $385 per week for a 6-month period, it'll actually work out to be better off than if you'd had it vacant for another week. So you can see there that you've got to look at the overall picture of return, and having a property vacant really hurts your cash flow when it comes to the end of your month and you've got to pay your interest repayment. So getting someone in quick doesn't have to mean that you're settling on price, but you've got to search out and seek the best price as quickly as possible. So now I'm going to go through my top 5 ways to get your property leased really quick. Take an excellent set of photos showing the key areas to the property, and that includes front of the property, internal kitchen, living areas, back al fresco and bathrooms. Tenants are very interested in those areas, and many won't even go out to look at a property if those key areas aren't shown online, and it needs to be a good a set of photos as possible, preferably without all the existing tenants boxes and everything in the way. So it's good to take a set of photos when it is vacant, and then reuse that good set as the property comes up for renewal again. Second point, be accessible with mobile phone contact. You've got to ensure that your property manager, whoever's doing the leasing, is 100% accessible. If a tenant phone's wanting to get through the property, they need to be able to reach that leasing officer. When we advertise all of our properties, we have a mobile phone number on there. I've been through the process of renting myself. It's incredibly frustrating leaving messages at an office, never having them returned, and the returning of that call is incredibly important to getting people through as well. Third point, showing the property after hours and on weekends. Now, this is our key way that we let property extremely quickly, and that's showing it at times that is most flexible for the tenants. We get more people along to the viewings, which means we get more applications and the properties are let quicker. Now, 95% of agents in Perth do not do this. It's beyond me why, but that's because they typically try to schedule viewings between 9 to 5. Now imagine yourself as a tenant, if you've taken time off work 2 or 3 times to view a property and still not found one, then all of a sudden the boss is starting to ask what's going on, and it becomes very difficult to find a place. So we make sure we set our viewings after hours and on weekends, and we get a lot more people along for them. The fourth point, don't show the property until it's presenting well. You only get one chance to make a good first impression. It's much like a sale to a lesser extent, where we're selling this property as a home for them to rent, and we don't do ourselves any favours if the property is not ready for showing, if it doesn't look in its best light. So it's worth delaying the viewing until the property is ready, because you can get someone on your first viewing, but if you're trying to show people through and it's not presenting well, you can just be wasting your time and getting many people through but no one taking an application. Fifth point, and this is another real key area, ensure that your property manager and you are adjusting quickly to the inquiry levels. Picture a funnel, and at the top we've got online views, We've then got people that phone through and inquire. We've then got people that actually show up to the viewing, and of those that show up, how many take an application, and of the applications they take, how many are submitted, and of those submitted, how many, what sort of quality are you getting. And you've got to adjust your approach, revise very quickly if you're not getting enough numbers at each point along the funnel. And the other key thing to do is get feedback. You either get an outcome with someone putting an application in, or you get feedback from that person as to why they're not putting the application in. What were the negatives of the property? What were the positives? Was there a price that they would put in for the property? And still encourage them to put an application in if they're within range of it. And it's better to get that feedback and get it back to the owner so that we can make a decision and get the property where the market's willing to pay as quickly as possible. So that's my top 5 ways to ensure your property is leased quicker. Make sure that your property manager's all on top of that. Alternatively, give us a call and you won't have to worry about a thing. Thanks for joining us.